with King Righteous. This particular topic is gonna be war and peace. You heard me and Old School covering trying to keep the peace, but Righteous felt we need to cover, or he needs to cover both sides of it, so people get a more a clarity of understanding of how they balance each other out. You can't just have one without the other.
That's right. It's like having positive without negative, man. Up without down, right without wrong. It's balance, the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
They both go together like electricity.
Right.
You gotta have a positive and negative force to cause it.
So okay. Now it was so ironic, when we made that title, trying to keep the peace, when it wasn't no peace at that particular time on that string.
Yeah, as soon as I heard it, it's like, man, the incident popped up.
Yeah.
See, because that goes to show you the law of nature. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The law of cause and effect.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It just balances itself out like that. You can't have a sunny day without having a cloudy day. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a calm day without having a clear day without having a rainy day. It all goes hand in hand. Because it's part of nature.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just what I was thinking too. And as soon as I was thinking that, like, yeah, we should do one on war and peace. Bam, then dude popped up in the picture. I was like, what the?
Yeah, everybody was hearing like, man, meth, what's going on? Like, man, like none of this is scripted. It's all live.
Right. Live stream.
Yeah, catching it all live with whatever's happening.
So we can live in a society, man. There's as much as we want peace, it's gonna be some conflict.
Right.
Which is conflict leads to war. So like it could be an internal war, mental. It could be a psychological.
Yeah, psychological warfare.
Spiritual
warfare.
And it could be chemical or biological. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, or guerrilla. You feel? Or straight up combat, guerrilla warfare.
But when you think about it, we're dealing with all the different kind of levels of that right now here in the U.S. right now.
Exactly. So that's just the whole spectrum of it. Of warfare. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, depending on what stage and levels you are in your life, you're gonna deal with some type of warfare.
Right.
Whether it's domestic, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's internal with yourself or with your wife, or with someone in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's some form of warfare, unless it's on a more national or international scale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's urban unrest, or, you know what I'm saying, or international war. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it all goes hand in hand.
I would say more an area could be psychological. Think about like these news media outlets where saying, oh, they're doing this overseas and they're doing all this, but people over here don't never get to see any of those people do any of that. You're just watching this news cycle repeat, loop. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. Getting your mind all filled up with this. Just like with all the shootings going on. Oh, look, this one happened. This person done got set free and all this. Getting people to react off of certain things. So like that's like a psychological.
Exactly. That's what the media does. It's into the game of mind control. You know what I'm saying? So, the media is so filled with propaganda. That's the war that is taking place on, the world or in the society. It's a psychological war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To get you just to believe in this, what they're putting out there.
Right. Their type of ideology.
You don't get the flip side or the real story. You just get news clippings. And that's just what they want you to know.
Yeah.
That's what we call propaganda. Okay.
To me, being behind here doing editing and stuff, I don't never edit anything to be unfairly based or anything. If I ever have to edit anything, I edit out, maybe someone coughing or, maybe you don't said a word wrong, but I'm not trying to edit it to be like, okay, let me slant the what's being said, because anybody that I record with would check me on that, like, no, you making it sound like this or something. Like, no, I don't do any of that. But like you said, those news media outlets, they, like Denzel said, they're trying to be first. We're trying to be first with whatever.
They're trying to get ratings.
Yeah, ratings and things like that. You know, I look at it like what we do is uncut. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't
Right.
have to tune into it.
Yeah.
Huh. But yeah. Oh, what's up, Rashad? Rashad's up in the live stream. So what's going on, fellas?
What's happening?
I see it's 3 other people. Who's the other people out there lurking? Nobody's done said nothing but Rashad. Hopefully y'all got something to elaborate on what Righteous has been laying down. But yeah, a matter of fact, y'all, just before we went on old school, it came past. You know, it's just ironic. You know, when you pull up and then he pulls up. You know, this is how the universe works. You know,
right? It's that energy. You
mm-hmm.
know?
Man. So yeah. So far as the war part, okay. Like, well, I'll take it to the point of when someone has a particular issue with you, you know, that could bring about, well, I won't say it can bring about, someone may say that they want war with you because of whatever the issue may be.
Right. Well, it could be, like I say, either it could be a domestic issue.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, a social issue. You know, it could be a political issue, you know what I'm saying, that could cause either diplomatic, affairs or, like I said, or warfare.
Right.
It depends on what level to the extreme that you want to establish, keep the peace.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you have diplomats. People, either, if you have a conflict with a brother in the street, either you can be diplomatic about it, sit down, talk it out, or try to reason.
Right.
Or you can get in, what we say, gangster
Gangster
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's warfare.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on, where you are at the table.
True.
You see what I'm saying? Even in the household. Even with your wife. You know what I'm saying? For
wife,
talk.
girlfriend, and whatever
exactly.
you got going home.
Even with your wife, your girlfriend, if it's not no diplomatic dialogue or, where you can, come to some type of understanding or balance with each other.
Yeah.
So you can have peace, a peaceful relationship, there's going to be conflict.
Right.
You're going to be at each other. You're going to be arguing. You're going to be bickering. You're going to be fighting,
Right.
Vocally or if not physically.
True.
That's warfare.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, even with your kids, you know what I'm saying?
That too.
You can, try to tell them to do the right thing so they can have, a peaceful or comfortable life. And they may rebel against you.
Yeah.
And you're at odds with your children.
Right.
You're arguing. You're fighting.
So basically, like you're saying, you gotta constantly maintain this balance. That's why you say war and peace, because
right.
It's not always okay. You don't want to always be at war.
No, you don't. Actually, we try to avoid that. That's what we're trying to avoid. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to establish peace. So it's just like, okay, for instance, like me coming from the streets, right? It's like back in the day, as you know, it's like from my experience, in order to really be in these streets, you had to have some type of crew. You had to have somebody that, in other words, you had to be reputable.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. People had to know, okay, they had to, either they knew you or they thought twice if they was going to try you. You know what I'm saying? That came down to being connected or affiliated. You know what I'm saying? Where people know, okay, he's with them such and such and such. So we ain't gonna try him too quick because we know the repercussions that's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So and knowing that, it's just like, okay, that was a form of security. We had our own security. When we went to the clubs or we went to certain places, we may come, 15, 20 deep, okay, whatever. And we knew if the funk was on, as far as, we wanted to go to enjoy the festivities or whatever, but if the funk came, then we knew we had to have our peace in order to either establish some peace, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had to have the PEICE, you know what I'm saying, in order to establish some PEAC, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, so in knowing that, so now that I'm older, so it's like, okay, this is what I have to do. I have to move a certain way in order to keep the peace with the brothers on the street. So it's not about set tripping. It's not about being in your set or your clique or your gang. It's about drawing the peace, because we know we all had conflict with
Right.
one another.
Mhm.
The Bloods against the Crips, the Stones against the GDs and the BDs. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So the Vice Lords and whatnot.
Right.
So if we know we've had these conflicts in the past, so in order to establish peace, there got to be someone there to dialogue, to bring, you know, these fractions together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bring them, you know, to a whole, you know, to a common denominator. Like, hey, this is what we have in common, and be like, well, so we shouldn't be fighting over this corner or this set or this color or that. You know what I'm saying? Or because your hat's this way and that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bring it to a common denominator and be like, we all brothers.
But I'll back to the part where you say you got to be reputable. You know, it makes me think back to, I heard, you know, someone say it like, the only way you're really known as being reputable is like you're able to handle some of your business yourself, not just, okay, hey man, these people's messing with me and trying to start stuff, but you ain't you know, taking up for nobody else.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like association. You know, as I heard the saying, association brings a affiliation, whatever. Yeah, you're guilty by association. Yeah. So whoever you affiliate yourself with. This is what I've learned just by coming up in the street, because that's, you know, as developed myself as a young man or a young hustler in these streets. It's like, that's what I learned. It's like the set or the crew you was with is like cats knew. It was based on the clout, you know, whatever that they knew of this set or this game.
Right.
Okay, you feel what I'm saying? So, and it's just like that caused, you know, people to be like, well, okay, either join or be, become allies, or they joined on because they knew the reputation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, okay, even though I know, you know, I'm past the statute of limitation, but remember when Minneapolis was once called Murderapolis?
Yeah, Murderapolis.
There was this set from Los Angeles. You know, it made the Los Angeles Times. The Shotgun Crips made Minneapolis. You know, had made the newspaper for said Minneapolis had gained a reputation of becoming Murderapolis because of that gang. Okay, right. See, that's the era I come from, and that just happened to be the clique or the crew I ran with. I was connected. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So, and then I know just by me coming off the block, being on the block, and knowing cats that was out there saying that we this, that, and the other, and I'm like, well, this is shock, you know. And next thing you know, they with us. That's what I'm saying. Whether it was 5 deuces, 60, or even Vice Lords. I know a whole bunch of Vice Lords that flipped, and the only reason they flipped is because whatever internal, you know, war, problems they had. It's like, we ain't being treated right over here, and they knew we had to connect. They knew we had that West Side connection. Put it on that way. They came this, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I mean. So, in order for them to establish, you know, their level of peace, they had to go to war with their own, you know, their own little clique. They like, well, we ain't with this. That's going to war with it, because you flipping the script. So they was like, we with this now. So now it's like, okay, now you got an opposition. That's a form of warfare. You feel what I'm saying? It's like the enemy coming over to their, you know, the opposition. Like, you know, that's like being a traitor. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. So, but as far as us being individuals, yes, we knew what we were capable of doing individually. But as far as being on the streets, people had to know. They had to know they're with such and such. That's woo, you know what I'm saying? So they knew. Well, okay, either we're gonna try to test it, because if we deal with him, if we go there with him, we're gonna have to deal with all of it. That's what I'm saying. So that's what brought balance. You know, it's like we had our own police force, our own security firm. Yeah, we knew. We had our own back. We had funk or problems, we dealt with it. We ain't called no police. You know what I'm saying? No, we dealt with it.
I'm having a problem with who down the street. Can you do something about that?
Can I get some pain assistance? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that created a level of security, not only for myself, but just knowing that, hey, it's just certain things you don't do. It's a certain way you roll in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the way it was. You know what I'm saying? You move around, y'all going out, bam, you got to have, you know, make sure security there. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, and there's time, you know, I can bear witness, man, when the funk was on, it was on. They didn't know what they was up against, the opposition, because we knew how we roll. You know what I'm saying? You coming, I said, you come out your pocket or come out your trunk, the next thing you know, you got 15, 20 cats on you. You wouldn't even know, like a swarm of bees.
Right.
You know. So it's just like that's just like you know when they call 911, you got a break in or a robbery or something,
whatever.
And they come.
Yeah.
And you get on that radio, bam,
Yep.
15, 20 cars.
Deep, yeah.
That's how we roll in the streets at 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and so being connected and knowing you had that plug, knowing you was gonna eat, your family was gonna eat.
Right.
Hey, you know, that was the underworld, man. You know what I'm saying? That was part of warfare. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know we was at war, and we was little tribes. We was tribal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you study any African, you know, tribe, you know what I'm saying, they go to war with someone they have opposition with, or somebody who's imposing on their territory, or trying to take their land, or they having some dispute over what's such and such. You know, study that history, and you'll see it's no different than what we're going through here. But the only thing that corrupted us as a people here was the drugs and the the guns also, because we didn't have a political agenda. So it was our agenda was to have turf, like this is our turf.
Yeah, this is my turf over here.
You know, make drug profits. You know what I'm saying? Or to have our hoes or whatever. You know, doing what they had to do in our turf, in our territory. So anyone outside of that tried to come over here and make money, then that was a problem.
Yeah, because you're trying to take away food
right.
off my table.
So that's where we became twisted at on that level. You know?
Yeah.
So, but you know, you study the continental Africans, they fighting over land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Freedom, liberation. They're trying to be liberated from someone controlling them. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what we have to come to, as far as if we were to truly establish peace as black men and women in this country, we have to become liberated.
Right.
And we got to, you know, fight to become liberated from these, you know, opposing forces, these outside forces that's controlling us.
But as you done said in previous live streams, previous interviews, they got constant distractions going on so bad that, you know, a lot of these young minds is distracted, you know.
You talking about the young brothers and sisters?
Yeah, young brothers and sisters. And they got so many distractions.
Right. Well, I was telling my niece this, because she called me and said she was having some issues with her teenager, adolescent son. And I was like, hey, you know, she was shedding some crocodile tears or whatever. And I'm like, come on now. Yeah, you know. And I knew by her calling me, I knew she didn't call her mother, because I had already just talked. I was just with her mother yesterday, and I asked her about her. She was like, she ain't called her. She said she's been telling her about how to deal with her kids, and she won't listen, but she won't call unless something really hits the fan. So me and my sister actually, you know, went to see the movie, The Black Klansman, right?
Okay.
And yeah, so we was chopping it up. You know, we touched on it a little bit, and then lo and behold, she called me this morning. You know, crying, talking about she need my help with her son. You know, so I had to give it to her in a raw. I couldn't sugarcoat it. I couldn't butter it up. I had to let her know, hey, yeah, I'm your uncle. I'm cut from the same cloth your mama cut from.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They the one taught me.
Right.
And not only that, we products of the same father, the same mother. So I'm not gonna tell you nothing different than what she was gonna tell. So she got it. She got it in the raw. You got it from your uncle now. Your mama been trying to tell you this, but you won't listen. So now I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know, I guess maybe you had to hear it from a man's perspective.
Yeah, a man's perspective.
Yeah, right, maybe.
To get it to sink in.
But she like, hey, you know, right, this is my uncle. So I'm like, hey, this is what your mom been trying to tell you. Because I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let some kids disrespect me. We couldn't even, in our wildest imagination, disrespect our grandmother, our parents. You know what I'm saying? Without getting our ass.
Have some,
you know what I'm saying?
horrific consequences.
Yeah, we could not even do that in our wildest imagination. So this is like I tell my daughters, and I got 3 of them. I said, y'all don't know how fortunate you are to have a mother. Real talk.
Yeah.
I said, y'all are fortunate to have your mother from day one all the way till you grown. And you still at home?
Right.
Oh my goodness. Y'all getting away with murder. That's from their father's perspective.
Yeah.
You know, and they know it because they know I'm no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? They know I always been since they born. So now that they're older, yeah, they try me or whatever. But I'm like, hey, you see that sun, the sun, moon, and stars up here? Ain't nothing new under the
Right.
heavens, man. For
Right.
real. You know, that
Goes around, comes around.
What you knew yesterday, I'm still that nigga today.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I'm just a little older, a little wise. I don't calm down a lot. I'm not as, aggressive. I'm not like, the drip, because I'm not, around you every day. I'm not, in your presence. Like, and besides, you're not children. So I was obligated to give orders and say, I want things a certain way. But now that you're adults, so if you don't, so basically like you have a choice. So if you don't respect my opinion, then I have to be like, hey, you on your own.
Yep, hands off.
Yeah, you on your own.
Yeah, you got this.
You gotta do it. Yeah, make it. You know what I'm saying? But I warned you.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? So, but like I told my girl, I said, y'all lucky y'all didn't live with me or I wasn't around. Okay? But so maybe it's something that the Most High wanted y'all to see without me being present. You're dealing with your mother, which obviously I know. You know what I'm saying? That y'all had to go through that. Y'all know your mother way better than I do.
Right.
Because you've been with her from day one. Day in, day out. For 25, 23, and 21 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right by her side. So that's real. I said, but you wouldn't be getting away with this stuff, the slacking and all this lacking that y'all getting away with now, and got your lives all twisted. You wouldn't have got away with that if I was around, if I was in the household.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been the one to serve justice. I had to bring balance. Mother would have been more compassionate and letting things ride.
Right.
Daddy would have been more, firm and to the point.
Yep.
Like, this is what it is, and this is what's it's gonna be. Either you're gonna obey these rules, or there's the door.
Yep.
See, I don't give a damn if you was 12. you feel like you grown? Yeah, I'm gonna help you pack your bags.
Yep.
Take you to the Mary Jo's or wherever they
Right.
little orphans they got around. Yeah, they grown. They want to see what it's like out here in this world. That would be my position. But of course, mother, she's gonna be a little bit
try to
more
coddle
understanding.
and,
she's gonna, but now, they starting to see.
Yeah, right.
This is reality. This ain't no,
Hollywood movie scene.
Yeah.
Cut. Okay, go back to your trailers.
Exactly.
No,
this ain't Camp Snoopy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. This is some real life shit. Yeah. So, but hey, they gotta grow up and they gotta live. They gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? For themselves, either they're gonna learn on their own. They're gonna go through their own little experience, or they're gonna heed what their father and their mother's trying to tell them, and they will see. We ain't trying to lead you on a path of destruction or something that's gonna, do you harm or have you in a messed up position. No, we're gonna try to help you elevate yourself, elevate your life. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gotta come out my pockets every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What you done? Like, what's the bail money like?
Right.
What? I gotta get this up for you.
So that's a part of war, of being at war and having peace. You know what I'm saying? The battle, man. To really answer what you were saying. The battle's for the hearts and the minds of our people. That's what the real battle is. Okay.
Yeah.
To liberate our people, man. That's what it, what it's coming down to.
You got a few people we got a few people.
Right.
Lisa Smith came in and said, "Hey, y'all."
She was on here last time.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah,
Lisa.
she stay up on here. Rashad came back and said, "Casualty." Wait. He said, it's a lot of fatalities and not in the death sense. I guess a lot of people die spiritually too.
No, mentally, spiritually, morally, it's all death. Because really, if you look at the condition of black people in this country, the masses of us, and I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You just look how we conduct ourselves on a day-to-day basis. And you can say, man, these people are mentally or spiritually or morally dead. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like we get in public. We're living in a quote-unquote civilized society.
Right.
Look how we act. You know what I'm saying? Look how we conduct ourselves.
True.
I mean, I come out. I mean, I'm more like, I'm like you. I mean, we OGs at this. I'm more in the cut. See, I'm in the trenches, I mean, I ain't in the trenches. I'm in the cut,
Right.
But when I come out and get in the trenches, I see what it is out here.
Yep.
Brothers is acting the fool, sisters is acting the fool. Can't leave them out. It's like, we showing them that we are uncivilized, that we sort of like act like, you know, we don't know how to conduct us. And you know, not all of us, but you know, there's a lot of us out there. You know, our sisters, a lot, they fighting each other. You know, you can look at World Star and all that craziness. You know, the brothers, the way we carry ourselves. You know, what we call swag is really, what they looking at it, sagging is really niggas. You know, it's the other way around.
The other way around, it is.
So that's the way they look at it. Like, look at these niggas. Our pants is down to our ankles.
Yeah.
You know, we mainly basically look like bums. You
right.
know? Until, and it's just like, that's where we need someone to come in to correct our moral behavior. To say like, hey, this, I know we want to be down, we want to have the swag, whatever, but there's coming times when we have to be civilized. We got to clean ourselves up.
Right.
We all can't be out here, being down with the,
right.
the latest fad. Somebody got to set an example. That's a moral example to say, well, hey, you can be cool without being like him or following the trend of things, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Or our sisters, you can be, fine or beautiful without running around here naked.
Right.
Okay, yeah, without running around with halfway dressed. Yeah, house shoes. I mean, our sisters come outside any type of way.
The extra exaggerated hair hat.
No, man. Come on, man. The little leggings.
Right.
The little tank tops or whatever. It's like you just jumped out of bed and just came outside. Left the house without getting dressed or putting yourself together. I remember there used to be a time when sisters used to get themselves together.
Yeah, put that effort in.
And come outside. Hair done, nails and dressed. That's, the jewelry on. But it ain't like that no more, man. They used to go to the grocery store. They look like they just got out. I seen cats at the club. As God is my witness, man, had house shoes on. One had a house coat on. I was like, what's she wearing? It looked like a nightgown. Like she jumped out of bed, came looking for her man. Like, I know he up here. You know what I mean? I was like, man, it's crazy.
It's funny, but it ain't funny.
It's real. It's real. They ain't making mockery of us, because I love my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love them, but we got to get it together. I know that. And then you see, and I can speak like this because I know I put in the work. If I'm out on the streets, I'm trying to build with our brothers.
Right.
If they listen, they lend me an ear, I got something to tell them. Oh, yeah, I got 50 years of game to get. You know what I'm saying?
Something real consciousness to put up on their mind. Not this.
And then our sisters, I ain't gonna even go there. We barely can speak to them without them ready to chew they ready to chew your head off if you just speak to them a certain way. They're like, what you speaking to me for?
Right. Who are you?
Yeah. I got a man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's like we can't be sociable with our own people no more.
True.
Without them thinking we trying to holler at them, or we just trying to get in their pants.
But let's play devil's advocate, because some of them will be like, well, it is people that say hollow things, and they probably done ran across a fake that done said all kind of stuff. So they're like, he's gonna be just like this too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just being closed-minded, and say that's just being narrow-minded. Because one person or a few people came at you that way, that don't mean everybody gonna do that. Now, I just tell sisters that I'm just speaking. I'm just being sociable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll just say hi or how you doing, and you talking about you got a man. I didn't ask you.
Right.
That's your business.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not concerned with what you're doing with your man. I'm just being sociable. And I have to remind. I said, so just because everybody speak to you, that don't mean they want you. That don't mean they want to be with you in that way. They're
right.
Just being sociable.
And
they don't have no response because they don't tell them the truth. Right?
Now, Lisa Smith said, I think that it's always regional.
What?
How black women act a certain way.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, and don't get me wrong. I didn't say all, gets this. I was speaking on in our society here in Minnesota.
Yeah, okay.
To be exact. But yeah, I get that. You can go to different cities and different towns and whatnot. You're going to get a different response from different sisters.
Right.
You go down south, you got Southern hospitality. Oh, yeah, I've seen that offhand. This sister got good Southern hospitality. For real. There's one thing you ain't gonna go without down south. That's food, a place to lay your head, and there's some good loving if you want that to go with it.
Right.
Then you're gonna get all that. You're gonna get the whole package. You go down south.
Right.
So, but yeah, it is different environment, different you know, parts of the world where you got different characters, different personalities. Yeah, so I was speaking just on Minneapolis, you know, and, you know.
Now, yeah, Lisa Smith came back again. She said Midwest women act stupid.
Yeah.
And then Anthony said true King Righteous.
Right. So, but you know, and then again, the love is there, but we just have to be, you know, re-educated. We got to be enlightened. I think the problem is we don't have culture. Yeah, we don't have enough culture here in the Twin Cities to be exact. Where it's like, well, we know. Like I said, like we're talking about balance. It has to be balanced.
Right.
If we just think everything is just all hood and all swag, and style, and everybody trying to be cute, I'm trying to be the baddest bitch, and I'm the finest, and I'm the most thugged out. Every shorty want to be a thug, and
I'm balling better than everybody around. And all this.
If we think that's just what our culture is, then we're totally lost, and we are at war.
Right.
That's being at war for the hearts. And the battles for the hearts and the minds of our people.
Right.
We all the way to the left that we don't know that we can be civilized. We don't know the culture of the ancient Kemetic, you know, culture, and that's ancient Egypt or ancient Kush. That's the ancient Sudan. We don't know the Timbuktu. We don't know we had civilizations long before we even came to these shores.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There was great civilizations before Europeans even came out the hills and caves of Europe. You know what I'm saying? We have universities in Timbuktu where we had where all the prophet or chiefs and priests went to learn in these places of Africa. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by having balance. You know, because we're so far in left field that we need to be brought either back to the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where we're more than just. Where's our entrepreneurs?
Right.
Where's these young cats coming up here saying they want to be, you know, even, you know, police chiefs or, you know, or firemen.
Right. Or like you said, start your own business.
Exactly. Entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying?
Or a nice trade. Let me be a plumber and, you know, start an old plumbing company.
Where's our engineer?
Right.
Okay, that shit amazes me. I wish I had stayed in school and learned that shit. You know, like, man, how do we get water coming to our house? We got, you know, food in America got the best, water system. You know,
besides
engineering.
Flint.
Yeah,
that's it. Besides
exactly,
Flint.
right. But I'm saying we got right. There's a lot of areas down south don't have, you know, like stuff we got either. We got electricity. We got, you know, gas that they took all this shit up underground, man. That shit's like baffles me. You're like, how the fuck they figure all this shit out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we can have electricity and water and all this stuff. And then you look at towns in Africa, you know, or sometimes parts of America for that matter, that don't have none of this. There's luxuries that we got.
You're right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I say our youngsters should be trying to aspire to become more, you know, if not politicians. If they want to change their condition and our way of living, they should be like, well, hey, you know, I'm gonna study sociology and theology or whatever. You want to become be in a position where we can change the condition of our lives. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's the battle that we're fighting. You know.
Constant battle. Now, Larry said, what did he say? He said a lot of people want to be in competition with each other.
Yeah, you know, that's all part of the trend. You know, that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, trying to outdo the next man. You know, that trying to outdo is each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're not our real enemies. You know, we supposed to be working together. We have an open enemy that's really got his foot on all of our necks. Okay, but we ain't paying no attention to them. You know, it's like I told my kids, man. It's Susie and Heather and Jennifer and all these other nations that y'all gonna have to compete with when you get outside of, you know, home.
Right.
When you get into this world, you're gonna have to compete with these folks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when I be out there in the Starbucks and in the libraries, who do I see? I see them because they're trying to prepare themselves for their future. And where we at? We in the club or somewhere turning up and trying to be cute and, you know, partying and bullshitting.
Right.
While these other nations, you know, is in school, they're in the libraries learning, They getting these jobs,
Yeah,
making them
attaining the
some money.
knowledge that they need.
Exactly. They handling their business.
Right.
And here we are, turning up, getting drunk, you know, and on Facebook posting up pictures trying to be the cutest or the baddest bitch.
And the clock's steadily ticking.
Exactly. Time is running out. Okay.
You're not young forever. See, that's what I think a lot of people forget. Like, I can make up this time.
Well,
no, once you start getting so old, time is getting away from you, you know. Ageism is a thing in America.
Well, they got us stuck on PlayStation. They building space stations. That's
right.
What I'm saying. We down here moonwalking. They trying to get to the moon. That's what I'm saying.
The moon and Mars.
That's the imbalance. You
right.
Know what I'm saying? See, for every Boy George, they got a George Bush. 2 of them. You feel me? 3 of them.
Right.
Okay? And while we trying to be down with the, what's that? The lesbian gay community, you know, got our black men becoming feminized.
Yeah.
Our women got to become the men. They becoming masculine.
Right.
I was someplace at some spot, and I was like, man, and I was just pointing out, all the men was looking more feminine, and the women was looking masculine. I'm like, what the hell? And I was telling my boys, I was like, man, is that a boy? Is that a man or a woman? They was like, man, because the girls had the do-rags and the baseball caps. And just had that the studs. Say, not the girls, the studs. Because they was looking harder than we look. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you know? I was like, and then you had the dudes, they was looking like more girls. I was like, come on now. I was like, what's really going on? So I'm saying, so that's a battle within itself. You know, us, you know, knowing our masculinity.
Right.
And the society trying to feminize us. That's what the society is doing.
Yeah.
You know, making the men weak. It's not no real men anymore.
And if you are, they want to basically assassinate you if you.
Oh, of course, they always have. If you have a strong black image of a black man, a strong image of a black man, that's the white man's nightmare, is to have a strong, educated, and fearless black man in their present. Yeah, they work to destroy that. Right. History proves that. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? From Medgar Evers to Martin Luther King, you know, and because Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, the list goes on.
Right.
When these men stood up for their liberation or their freedom, yeah, they assassinated them, they killed them. Malcolm X, you know, you name it, you know.
Let me see. Now I know y'all been enjoying listening to Righteous. He been speaking. He been prophetically speaking, you know, on some issues that, you know, our people are dealing with, you know. So hopefully y'all got something to elaborate on that. Lisa Smith said, time is one thing you can never get back once you lose it. And thanks for them 6 thumbs up so far. I appreciate that.
Yeah, time is running out. Like a grain of sand. You know. But every man sharp as man, like steel sharp as steel. You know, the threat of war is real.
Now, Larry said, instead of helping, some watch you struggle. Yeah, that's true. People rather be on the sidelines and not lend a helping hand when they can.
Well, we that's what I mean by that. Like steel sharp as steel, you know, we have to sharpen each other. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, like us doing this live stream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You sharper than me. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be, you know, at the house reading or watching YouTube or something. You know? But you know, I got a lot. You know, I got a lot on my dome. Yeah. And I need to express that. You know, so I need to get it out.
Right.
And this is a avenue.
Yeah, it's an avenue forum to do that.
So that's sharper than me. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You probably gaining, you know? Yeah,
I'm gaining, and then the people that's tuning in, they're gaining, and they're adding things that, okay, I didn't think about it like that. You know?
So that's what this is about. You know, when we dialogue, each one teach one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to sharpen people around us, whether it's your cousin, your nephews, your nieces. See, when I've always did this with my family. Like, you know, we was building on the last time I was here. I didn't ask for the game was bestowed upon me. You know what I'm saying? I was born into it, so to speak. Right. So I had an obligation and a responsibility not only to myself, but to my family. because I was given talents or gifts, I was able to do things and move in a certain way that no one else in my family could move. That's because of what the Most High or the Creator bestowed upon me.
Right.
You know? So I was obligated to give back. Naturally, it came natural.
Right.
I got to give back. You know, what I know, I had to teach what I know to those that don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's my sisters, whether they listen or not. And they know. You know what I'm saying? They've been battling as far as, you know, of this my level of consciousness with them since I've been around there. They like, man, he always on his black power. That's me. They know that. You know, me and my sister was talking about it earlier. Cause my niece posted a bacon, a lettuce, and tomato sandwich, right? You know, remember we used to make the bacon.
Yeah.
But
BLT.
they know, since I'm a Muslim,
Right.
Islam, they know I don't dig that.
No.
So naturally, I'ma comment on it. Like, no, y'all eat. You ain't eating the right thing.
Eating that
That's
swine.
Yeah, that ain't good for you. And I was like, so she went and told my other sister, like, yeah, he always talking about. He think he. And my sister like, you should know him.
Right.
It's like, that's how he is.
Yeah.
You act like this something
This
new.
is
You know?
new. No, this been.
But you talk about Jesus. See what I'm saying? The only reason you scream Jesus, because Jesus can't come and confront you. He ain't going to confront you about what you do on a daily basis, what you doing in the closet. You only got that on your subconscious. Oh, I praise Jesus. But you know, deep down inside, Jesus ain't going to confront you like your brother going to confront you. Because you see him on a daily basis. You don't see Jesus. Or you can hear him. He can reach out and touch you. You ain't heard from Jesus. You only read of him. But you don't see him. You ain't never seen him. But you seen your brothers for the last 50 years.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah, that's how real it is. So yeah, see now you're gonna be he's holding you accountable for your action. That's why he challenges you. Because now you got somebody in your face that can hold you accountable. Jesus ain't present. You know, real talk. To hold you accountable.
Right.
This is a man you read about. This ain't someone you see or you hear from on a daily basis. That's a mystery. You feel me? Someone you saying, hey, this is, you know, my Lord and Savior, whatever. It's something you read about. We've also read about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Exactly.
We also read about Easter bunnies that, you know, lay eggs, and rabbits don't lay eggs. Okay.
Right.
So basically what I'm saying. So you know, and not to knock that, but my point I'm making is, yeah, anybody can write a story. So what, you know, whoever writes the script is what controls, and people that believe that script, that's what controls their way of thinking. See, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I know the history, but I ain't gonna get into it right now. I can get into the history of Jesus. I can tell you about 4 Jesus and 3 or 4 Jesuses in the Bible. Okay? But a lot of people think that's the same Jesus they talking about, but no. That was a common name in that time, or whatever, as far as the name Jesus is concerned, that a lot of the people use. Okay, just like you got Muslims or Arab who go by the name Muhammad, right?
Right.
We know there was Prophet Muhammad 1,400 years ago, but I also know there was another Muhammad, it was a fake Muhammad and a real Muhammad around the same time, because someone else wanted to emulate the real one.
Yeah.
We got 1 million Muhammads now, right?
Right.
You got 1 million Mexican, Spanish motherfuckers call themselves Jesus. That's Jesus. Right?
Yep.
We got 1 million motherfuckers that call themselves Mary. You follow me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's been written, y'all. It ain't no mystery. You just gotta study. The scriptures say study to show thyself approved. So if you study yourself, then you'll find out everything I'm talking about. I'm not making this up.
Right.
It's been written. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's in history. That's what they call history. You know? His story. Right. See, that's what they wrote.
Just like they try to, Barack Obama was the first black president. No, he wasn't.
Far from it. You know why he was the first black president? Because they didn't teach you about Africa.
Right.
Yeah. If you had learned about Africa, you've been known that there's 50 black presidents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you've been to learn that like long before Barack Obama. There was 20 other black presidents in our time, in our lifetime, just not in America.
Right.
But you had learned your history of Africa, which we are black and our ancestors are descended of the continent. You know what I'm saying? You will know that we had black presidents long before Barack Obama. Okay? I can name a few of them, you know? From Kwame Nkrumah, you know, Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
You know, Gaddafi, he's an African. You know, I mean, Abdul Nasser is a whole bunch of, but black president, Julius Nyerere, yeah, these were black men that was presidents of their country.
Right.
You know, but when we was given the image of Africa, we was just taught that was just a whole bunch of cats running around with, flies flying around
bones
their face
and they nose and all that crazy.
We didn't know that they were just as civilized and had, societies just like we did over here. You know? Because we've been hoodwinked.
Bamboozled.
Right. Led astray.
Run them up.
Run them up, right. You know? So all we got to do is study.
Plymouth Rock is steadily landing on every mindset.
Plymouth Rock we didn't land on Plymouth Rock, it landed on us.
Right.
You know? Hell, we got hit in the head with the damn rock.
Exactly.
Right. So it's real. And that's, all correlates with war and peace. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah, so Righteous done covered from the everyday local level all the way up to international and heading towards spiritual and whoever you determine your savior,
Right, exactly.
That level.
You gotta look inside self. That's where you're gonna find God. Or should I say, that's just an English word.
True. The King's English.
Yeah, right. That's an English word. God, they say English is a bastard language, you know what I'm saying? Because it's one of the latest languages that came on the planet, was derived from Latin, Greek, and whatnot. But it's not, one of the most prolific language. That's a bastard language. You play scramble with the English language. God is just an English word. G is the 7th letter made, G-O-D. So flip it around, you got what? You got dog. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? But it has the Greek definition of God is Gomars Devar, okay, which stands for wisdom, strength, and beauty. Yeah, that's the Greek definition of God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got wisdom, you got strength, you got beauty, then you God. And then again, the Greek term of it, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Hebrew, Elohim, that's a deity, that's God. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, El, Elohim.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? Right. So that's a deity. Anything can be a God in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, God is from within. You know what I'm saying? You find God within self. You know what I'm saying? Not without. You know what I'm saying?
Milton came in and said, "What's up, Reek? What's up, Righteous?"
Yo, peace.
Anthony came in and he said, "It's wild because some of the most brilliant minds people I've known come from the bottom of the hood.
Oh, ain't no question.
Didn't water their talents."
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And their light was put out. You know what I'm saying? They was never able to cultivate their gifts, their talent. I know a lot of brilliant brothers, that could have came up out the hood, but they didn't make it. Because what? We was at war.
Right.
And we became casualties of war. Whether we died in the hood or we became prisoners of war. And we incarcerated.
Right.
The new Jim Crow. 80% of our population, black population, is incarcerated. Yeah. 2 million of us.
The living dead.
Black men and women is incarcerated in the American prison system. It's called the new Jim Crow. If y'all don't believe me, check out this book by Michelle Alexander. I ain't making this up.
Right.
She's a scholar. She's she did the math, the research on it. Michelle Alexander. The book called The New Jim Crow. And if you don't know about the old Jim Crow, I advise you to check that out before you check out the new Jim Crow. Then you put it all together.
Right.
And you'd be like, facts. It ain't something we ain't I'm making up. This is happening as I speak.
Right.
We are at war as people.
Yeah, Anthony said, yeah, but balance is pivotal, like you said, bro. He said Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, this is modern day Babylon. Yeah, we beyond Sodom and Gomorrah. This is modern day Babylon. Straight up, America.
Right.
Yeah. Living in the last days as far as this. House divided can't stand.
Exactly.
Look what's going on in the White House or in you know, our political world.
Right.
You know, the Republicans, the Democrats, they ain't fucking with them. They all way over to the right. The Republicans all the way over to the left, and they divided. You see, Trump been messing everything up.
Right.
You know, people turning on him. He firing folks. They, you know, all types of stuff is going on. A house divided will not stand, and this America is about to fall. Yeah, this country's about to fall, man. So we got to get ourselves right.
And then Lisa Smith came in and said, "Yep, I read it, talking about the new Jim Crow book."
Yeah, real talk. Yep.
Okay, Milton says, "So what's your thoughts that we so-called blacks are God's chosen people?"
Well, like I said, you know, it's been written, you know. I mean, it tells us that in the Bible. You know, if you know the root words, you know, like the brothers, the Israelites, so, you know, the Hebrew Israelite brothers, they break the Bible down, and they show where we are in it, you know, because we never was taught where we were in the Bible. We were just given images of these prophets and these, you know, just Jesus, the Christ, which happened to be European images as far as where, you know, the house was our
Right.
But that's the image that's been given to the world, whether our parents agree with it or not. Okay, so if you read the scriptures, you know, or you know, and it speaks on the 12 tribes. So if you learn who these 12 tribes are, you see that we're the landlords. We're from the tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? Blacks in America. The American so-called Negroes are descendants of that tribe. So we're the tribe of Judah, and all the rest of the tribe, you know, 11 tribes fall in line. So that's as far as being the chosen people of God, so to speak, as far as the scriptures is concerned.
Yeah.
That backs that up. Right. You know, it could be proven as far as the scriptures is concerned. Like, don't get it misconstrued what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this is so much factual, literally, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, on a world view, but I said on the scripture point of view, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You read the scripture and it backs up that theory, what you just said, is us being the chosen people of God. Out of one of the 12 tribes of Israel, and we are that tribe of Judah. Okay? Right.
Let me see, make sure I didn't miss anybody's comment. Larry says spreading knowledge is like spreading knowledge is like giving a person a fish or teaching them to fish. They will eat for days.
Right. Well, spread knowledge is really like giving ammunition. Person ammunition so they can fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what knowledge is to me. Knowledge is the foundation of all things in existence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, giving a person fuel.
Yeah, really, you're waking up something in them.
Yeah, exactly. Or what you feed your mind, your body every day, that's what you become. You know what I'm saying? If you feed your mind with foolishness and your body with bad food, then you're going to exemplify that. You're going to become personified of what, you know what I'm saying? You are what you eat.
Yeah.
Well, you are what you think, too.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So what you put in your dome is what you're going to manifest through your soul. You're going to speak that, you know? What you put on your mind on a daily basis, you know? So
you steadily constantly fueling your body more than, I will say, you know, someone who does it casually. If you're alcoholic, you drink a lot of alcohol all the time, you may be an alcoholic.
Exactly. Right. You eat a lot of vegetables, you become a vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you eat a lot of, you know, swine, you become a poisonous animal eater. You know what I'm saying? For real. So you are what you eat, man. You are what you think.
Now, Lisa Smith said, same can be said for whom you sleep with.
Oh, ain't no question. Because we take on them spirits of that person, that individual. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no question. That person becomes a part of you once you lay down with them. Okay? Spirits, you know?
And Anthony said, right, King Righteous.
Yeah.
Okay, Milton said, did you brothers know that the Bible is the most historically and scientifically accurate book ever written?
You answer that one. You laugh. You're rain on brother's parade, but shit, man. Yeah, you can answer that one.
I'll just say it like
No
this.
comment.
Like Ken said from one of the lines, and he said the Bible was written from what's the papyrus?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna cut your wisdom.
Okay.
But I will add on to that.
Okay.
Okay, he said.
Okay. He said, did you brothers know that the Bible is the most historically and scientifically accurate book ever written?
Okay, now let me I'm gonna ask a question with a question. Since you asked that, I'm like, did he know? Okay, I would ask you, what Bible you talking about?
Okay, respond, Milton.
Right. Yeah, what Bible? He said the Bible.
Yeah, because there's various versions of that.
Right. So, and I was just building on that topic too with my girl, because she into the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah. My main girl. She into the Bible and just, oh man, the Bible says the Bible. And I'm like, what Bible? Which one you talking about?
Right.
Okay.
And which part are you reading out of? Because if it's talking about obedience, a lot of ones don't want to hear that part of it. Obedience to your man. Okay. Lisa Smith said, do you know the Bible was voted in on what would be included? King James Version.
Okay. Now let me ask you, okay, when was the King James Version authorized? Yes, I already knew that was coming. But when did King James authorize that Bible? His Bible.
1611.
Yes, sure did. Now tell me, what Bible was written before King James? Before King James of England authorized his Bible. That's because England, from what I understand or I've learned, they was at odds. They was, fighting and whatever, and it wasn't, the place was a mess.
Right.
So he had to authorize a book. He had to bring these scholars together. And I think it took about 7 years for him to do it. And he authorized the book so he can bring some type of order to the town. But what happened?
Okay, wait, he done came back. He said, but the Bible existed before him. And then Lisa Smith said a version came out in 1519.
Okay, which Bible though? Which Bible he's talking about? Okay.
Yeah, which Bible before the one he authorized?
King James. That's the English Bible, okay? Because the Septuagint.
Yeah.
The Septuagint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's the Septuagint. But now, do you know about the Latin? The Latin Bible? Is that? I think that's the Latin one. But you got the Latin Bible, not the Latin Bible, but the Catholic Bible. That's what I'm talking about. That had 77 books in it. And then you got the King James version, which only had 63 or something like that, right? Because they the lost books of the Bible, and that was the lost books.
She said that's right.
Right, had the lost books of the Bible is what the English people, when they translated their book, they only had 60-some books in it. But the Latin Bible, which the Romans, the Catholics, didn't want to, translate it. They didn't want to put it in order, but King James and them did anyway, and that brought more chaos. That caused his death, actually, when he did, finally finish that book. And, and because the people still wasn't with it. There was people that was like, we ain't with that either. And they ended up killing him, because of that.
Yeah, Milton said the 66 books.
Okay, there you go. So, so there was 66. 73, yes.
Okay, now Lisa said there are more books.
Of course, there's a whole bunch of books. And that's what I'm trying to say. So when he say the Bible is the most, what he say, fantastic book or whatever, that can't be true. because it's not the only book. There's like 1,000 Bibles that's been revised and retranslated. You know what I'm saying, from different languages. You know, in the earliest Bibles were in Latin and in Greek. The Romans are the ones who went into these countries and stole the original scrolls.
Right.
Oh man, it gets deep. And see, now this is a topic that it gets so deep that you got to do the research on it, man. You got to do the research on the history of the Bible. I mean, you got a computer in your hand. If you on live stream, I know you got a cell phone. We all got this.
Right.
You can Google the history of the Bible, the history of Christianity. You can Google this stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that would let you know in itself. When you do the research on the Bible, then you're going to learn something that you didn't know. Because
okay, wait a minute. Here he goes. He said, but it is, brother, the 66 books, the Torah, the New Testament.
What about it? The 66. What about it? The Torah and the New Testament?
Yeah, elaborate, Milton.
Right.
And then he said, not the, what's it? Let's see if I hear this. Let's see what it say.
Okay. Not the Apocrypha.
Yeah.
What about, those are parts of the Bible. The Apocrypha are the books that were taken out of the Bible. Right. That's what King James and them left out. Right, I know that much. Right, and like Lisa said, there's so many more books outside of this.
Right.
What happened to the Book of Enoch? You answer that, okay? Yeah, he was the man of God. He walked with God, but God took him. What happened to his book?
Okay, he said,
and he's
they did a study on the books and found that it was the historically and scientifically accurate book.
Who did the study?
Yeah, who conducted the study? Milton. Oh, okay. Lisa Smith said, Milton, how is it historically correct when parts have been left out?
Exactly. It can't be historically correct when there's only one version of it anyway. There's only one version of somebody else that's revised and translated from other versions. The Schofield, the whole bunch of books, man.
Yeah, you know? Lisa Smith said, who is they?
Right. Let me see something. Elaborate a little bit more on that.
Milton got everybody like, wait a minute, let's do some fact checking here.
How many versions of the Bible are there?
Let's see.
There are hundreds of versions of the Bible in the English language. The Bible has been translated into more than...
There are hundreds of versions of the Bible in the English language. The Bible has been translated into more than
2,000 languages. So there are lots. So
now, this is what he said. He said the books left out are contradictions.
Not true. I disagree with that.
And then Lisa Smith said astrology is older than Christianity.
Astrology is older than the Bible. Right. Yeah. It's true. So that's not true, bro. Yeah, right. If you believe that, man, you got to do more studying. You know, I would say that.
He said, but it is, brother. I'll prove it.
Prove it. He said it left out the contradictions. How could it have left out contradictions when they used the book to enslave Africans? Okay? So,
right.
What was the contradiction they left out when the Europeans clearly used this book to when they colonized Africa to enslave the Africans? Okay? So what contradictions are you talking about? The contradiction that we were free and independent before these Europeans came amongst us? Yeah, that we were, a free-thinking people, that we had our own nations before they brought their doctrine? So what contradictions are you talking about? Can't be ours. Because that's an English book.
Right.
They're not English people. Okay?
Right. Okay, Lisa said, Milton, before your ancestors came here, did they pray to Jesus?
No, did we have a Bible? Yeah, that's even better.
Right.
We didn't have no Bible.
Right.
They gave us Bible. They gave us Christianity,
Mhm.
and they gave us the doctrine.
Yeah, we
and
were
they,
spiritual
right.
people.
We didn't even speak English. Have you forgotten?
Right.
Once we were brought here, we were robbed of our names, our language, our religion, or our customs, our God, our folkways, our norms. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Our culture, whatever. Was turned inside. We was made indentured servants. In other words, slaves.
Slaves.
We were made slaves. We wasn't born slaves.
No.
We were free.
Right.
We were a free and independent people, whatever tribe or nation we came from, until these colonizers, Europe, came to the continent, set up a trading post, and dealt with them wicked Africans who sold their people into the hands of the Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
Then they imposed their way of life on us, which was Christianity, and their doctrine about this man called Jesus. We've always believed in a God.
Right.
Long before the Europeans brought Jesus to us. And we called him by different names, names of our ancestors or our language. And it was not English.
Right. Williams came in and said, what's good, people? Lisa Smith said, thank you. And then Lisa said, King Righteous, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anthony said, right.
So, yeah, it gets blacker, man. You gotta go deeper than that Bible, man. Hey, man, we got an ancient history. We have a great history, too, prior to them Europeans and that book. I'm telling you, man. And to be honest with you, that's why I didn't really want to go there. That's really an anti-African book, man. And just keep it 100. And I'm just going off base. I'm saying this out of conviction, off of the study and the research I have done in the last 30 years of my life. Now you do the math. I don't know how old you are, but that's how long I've been. I was raised in the church. I was raised in the Bible, and I've always had questions about that book.
Right.
Like, why is this? And then you know what? They used to tell me when I was a kid, oh, don't question God.
Yeah, don't question God.
I wasn't questioning God. I'm as a child, you trying to tell me something that literally don't make no sense to me. I'm like, this is not adding up. Okay? So can you explain this to me, Sunday school teacher? Oh, you don't question God. But my grandmother, they knew. They knew that it was going to be hard to really pull the sheet,
the
wool over my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I kept peeking from under that motherfucker.
Okay, now you got some good ones that come back. Anthony said, exactly, King Righteous, right, Reek. And then Lisa said, we taught the Europeans.
Exactly.
And then Milton came and said, Lisa, our ancestors did pray to the Most High. They practiced Hebrew before slavery. The Europeans documented it, so yeah.
Who? Our ancestors prayed to the Most High.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't just pray in Hebrew. Our ancestors just was not Hebrew-speaking people, okay? We come from different nations, man. Black nations, not just the Israelite nation or the land of Israel or you're right, which was Judah and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We didn't just come from that. We came from Canaan, which was Africa. You know what I'm saying? Put, Cush, Kemet, you know what I'm saying? Or, Akiba, ancient, Akiba long. We have ancient, customs, and we were an ancient people long before there was someone that was called a Hebrew.
Right.
Yeah, our history is so deep. You gotta go deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? That's
okay. Now Lisa Smith said we taught the Greeks, and then Milton came in, or she's saying to Milton, I said Jesus is not the Most High.
Of course not.
And then William said we created European. Or Europeans, I guess. And then Milton said, didn't say speaking Hebrew customs, so to speak.
There's no such thing, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you can say that's a language. That's not a custom. Right. Hebrew is not a custom, bro. It's a language.
Okay. He's came back and said, "Where are you getting your facts
Man,
from, Lisa and Righteous?"
I'm not saying that people don't speak Hebrew, but the Hebrew we claim and we speak, we learn from these Europeans. But I know the ancient Semitic people of that region is from what I'm saying, what I've researched. That's what I'm saying. You ain't got to believe me. I'm just saying what I've learned.
Right.
So the people of that region that was so-called, Hebrews were didn't speak that language. They spoke Aramaic,
Mm-hmm.
a form of Aramaic,
Right.
and a form of Geese, I heard, and not Hebrew to some degree, but it wasn't just Hebrew. It's not what we're speaking today, because we don't even know Hebrew. When we talking about Hebrew, yeah, even the Israelites, they talk to that. Not to knock them, they talk that talk, but they don't really know real Hebrew. Not like the Sephardins. You know what I'm saying? The Sephardic. When I say the Sephardic Jews, the Ashkenazis, that's them European Jews that's over there now in the country of Israel.
Yeah.
We talk that Israel, we Hebrews. Come on now. We couldn't go there and talk that. They'll run you up out of there. See? Because they created that language. That's not our language. That's not our original language. Even when we was in the land of Judah.
Right.
Okay?
Now, Lisa Smith said, "I got my facts from studying."
Yeah, that's what I'm coming from. So I'm just saying, I don't want to just make this a whole dialogue about that. That's why I really didn't want to get into this.
It's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? But do your research. I mean, that's what you believe. That's what you believe.
True.
But I'm just saying, check out the history. Don't, because, what we think we know, we really don't know as much as we, and I don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I know enough.
Okay, let me keep rolling in now. It's let me see. Lisa Smith said, "Since I was a child, I used to get my butt beat from asking questions, like how you saying if you ask questions about the Bible, or whatever." And then William said, "It's no such place like there is no such thing like Spanish. It's a place, not a people."
You're right. Spain.
Yeah,
exactly.
Spain.
They
Yeah.
spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're right.
And then Milton said, "I'm not talking
Hebrew.
Speaking Hebrew.
That's
what I mean
right.
is keeping the commandments."
Who?
He said, "I'm not talking about speaking Hebrew. What I mean is keeping the commandments."
That's what I'm saying. See, you're teaching. Now you're trying to. See, you're not. You're what's the word? Yeah, you're talking about the commandments. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where did these commandments come from? See, the 10 Commandments. You know what I'm saying? You're saying it came from, the Hebrews or the Jews. You know what I'm saying? But our ancestors, and ancient Kemet.
Yeah, from the Mat. Yeah.
From the Maya.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we didn't have these commandments. We already had commandments or rules. We already knew by nature. We didn't say, "Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not covet." It wasn't "thou shalt not do it." We said, "I have not." We haven't done these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We already knew by nature we have not committed adultery. I have not murdered. I have not coveted my brother's home or his wife. It was written in a different way in the ancient Kemetic term, long before Hebrew even existed. Okay, long as there was any people that was called some Hebrews. Okay.
Okay,
And
then
that's factual.
William said, "It's not a language; it's a place." And then Lisa said, "The commandments are a watered down version of Mat principles. Google it."
Maya, yeah.
Yeah, Maya.
Maya, yeah.
And then Milton said, "Studying what?" And then the origins of Christianity. And then Milton said, "But riddle me this: what's your end game?" And then Lisa said, origins of Greek mythology. End game, what do you mean?
Right, this ain't no.
Not you,
first of
Lisa.
all,
Righteous. He's talking to you.
Yeah, this ain't no game. I knew he was.
Yeah.
This ain't no game to me. Right. Because like I said, for one, I don't believe that. I don't believe them stories. Like I said, yeah. We heard stories about Mary had a little lamb, Jack and Jill ran up the hill, the fact all that. We also was taught that there was a fat white man that rode a sled with that deers fly.
Mm-hmm.
See? These is putting stories. You know what I'm saying?
Now he came back, he said, say, wait, Righteous, you're quoting the Bible, but your Mat do your Do you worship women book of the dead?
No, I don't worship.
So you don't have an end game. Okay.
No, I don't worship the book of the dead. You know what I'm saying? I worship the higher self. That's what I worship. That's the higher self, which is myself, the God in me. You know what I'm saying? But as far as a mystery God or some God outside of self, I don't follow that. You know what I'm saying? I don't just follow somebody else's story, whether it's in the Bible or the Quran or, you know, the Torah. That's their story. That's their history. You know?
Right.
Whoever, you know, created that in whatever time. That's their story. That's their version.
Right.
See? But my belief system comes from with the way I live. That's the ancient, myotic way, you know. Right. You know, the spirit of, reciprocity and just rising, above negativity. Just going back to the same system, build like War and Peace, rising above negativity into the thinking of a God or a righteous character, and being on a upright, position and not being on a low level. Like,
okay,
like
he came back and said, so no end game. I got you.
Right. So as far as the Bible and all that's concerned, that's, if there's people who won't follow that or believe that, that's where their salvation is. That's your prerogative. I could say Jesus never existed. Then what? There's no end game to that either. If I'm saying, well, this is a mystery God that they made up, okay? Okay, and that could be proven. But I'm just saying, this is why I don't really want to get into all this Jesus. They got us stuck on Jesus. But you talking about Hebrew. Now, you showed me in the Hebrew language that there's J's in Hebrew. So I already know that wasn't his name. Okay? This man that you call Jesus, that's an English name. And it derives from the ancient Greek god Zeus. That they added a J to. Okay? There wasn't no Jesus in the Hebrew term. If it wasn't no J. So it had to be Yeshua. Okay? So it's now you're talking about two different people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? What you know about Yeshua, that's Hebrew. Not English. Jesus is English. That's another God. That's that white God they don't gave the world. Michelangelo's nephew.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Which ain't nothing but
Caesar
Borgia, right? Yeah. So come on now. So it ain't no, that man never existed. There's a mythical Jesus, there's a historical Jesus, and his name wasn't Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay? We know him as the historical one as Yeshua. Or Yeshua ben Dera, or, from what I've learned.
Yeah.
Okay? But as far as this English man that you call Jesus, who is he? Where is he? He's somewhere in your imagination.
Whew.
Okay?
Whew.
Yeah. So to me, that's no end game, right? That's just a mystery.
Okay. Milton said, nice deflection. I never mentioned Jesus. You don't have an end game because you just talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, that's why I went, because for one, I knew he was going to get into a debate about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
And take it somewhere else, because now you want to force your old beliefs on me. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm King Righteous. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shoot.
Right. So, anyway.
So, let me scroll back. Who's all still in the chat that hasn't been speaking? We've been getting a lot of biting on this particular topic.
Yeah, some Jesus.
Yeah.
Stuff going on. Or the Bible.
Yeah.
Well, the Bible in itself, that's just some fabricated stories anyway. So that's why I'm like, all them Moses, Noah, all them characters. Yeah. from what I've studied.
Okay.
Yeah, them is the fabricated story. This story, they good stories.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, sound good, but you know, as far as what he was saying, yeah, I debunked that. Yeah, that's not true, and you know, in my eyes, you know.
Yeah.
I know that shit ain't real. That's fabricated lies. Straight up.
I'll just look at it like this. Everybody's in, like you said,
Entitled
everybody's
to their
entitled to
own,
their
yeah.
opinion.
So that's why I'm
It ain't
like,
like it's that now you need to digest what we saying.
You're right.
No,
Don't force that.
if anything, like, okay, they don't put something on my mind and let me research to see if, you know, I feel that what I've been seeking is right,
exactly.
you know?
You know, so other than that, it's like, that's just irrelevant to me. I don't even want to speak on it no more.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, Larry said, I'm still here, and he said, LOL. Yeah, it did get kind of deep a little bit. It always get deep when Righteous come on here because, you know, he's coming with what he done research, what he done feel, and what he done experience. So, I mean, I guess other people on the other end like, well, I felt I done, you know, research this, and I feel this kind of way, you know?
Right.
It's a position to agree to disagree.
Exactly.
Because what was the last time dude was debating about if the earth was
flat
and stuff?
Right.
You know? So hopefully some matter of fact, I think we lost some because
Right.
they're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, we got on the Bible topic.
Right. But that played into what we named the particular video.
War and peace. See,
Right.
we trying to speak on, you know, balance it, bam. It comes natural.
Yep. From the universe.
Yeah,
It came.
I took it gracefully.
Right.
Yeah, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. It goes hand in hand. You can't have peace without war.
Right.
See? In other words, opposition.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have opposition.
You always gonna.
You know what I'm saying?
And if you don't, you better
you ain't
really
living.
right.
You in a closet somewhere.
Mm-hmm. To me, I would seriously question it then if you ain't got no opposition.
Exactly.
If it's just flowing all freely, nah.
Yeah, something wrong.
But we've been on there 81 minutes. You know, this been a hell of a.
Everybody else left?
There's about 3 people in there. Sure, it's 3 people. If nobody else got any more comments to throw up on.
Questions?
Yeah, questions.
Outside of the Bible.
Yeah, outside of the Bible.
Right. Because we know that ain't going to save us.
Right.
It's tough to deal with that.
Extended clip said, "Peace, Kings. What's going on with you?"
Right.
So what's some war and peace situations within y'all's lives? Throw them up. Besides some religion, come on. We on.
Right.
We can forever.
Some indoctrination.
Yeah, indoctrinations.
Right.
You know, some you've been warring with. Maybe you've been warring with your girl or something, or you're on a job site or something like that.
Your children.
Yeah, your children.
Offspring or so. Right.
He said, speak on.
Speak on gross.
Did not.
Grosses. I don't know.
Let me see. Let me try to look that up and make sure that's.
Let me see. Agnos? Is it agnosis?
Yeah, I think so.
Agnosis.
Is that someone that you talking about? Someone that doesn't believe in anything?
I think agnosis don't believe in God. Well, like I said, man, you know, God ain't nothing but a word. Yeah, like I said, ain't nothing but a.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Agnostic.
Yeah.
That's just an English word.
You
know what I'm saying? But but as far as a deity, that's what God is.
He said knowledge of self.
Huh?
He said knowledge of self.
Well, knowledge of self that's the foundation of all things. You know, is to have knowledge of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
In fact, I'm gonna look it up, make sure reading it right. You got the right definition.
You know, to me, knowledge of self is the key.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's what helps me go further. Just knowing who I am. Then I don't have to, fit in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know who I am. I don't have to fit in because I'm cut from, a certain cloth. So I'm unique in my own way. You know what I'm saying? as an individual, and I exemplify that if I haven't, knowledge of myself, so I share that, with others.
Right. You put up the fist to that.
Right.
Yeah, the modern day name of various ancient religions, ideas, and systems.
Right. So yeah, man.
And thanks for those thumbs up. I see it was 9, but then it dropped down to 8. So
Right.
maybe they pulled one back from maybe they felt something that wasn't
Right.
jiving with them. They had to pull it back.
That's
But
what's up,
it happens.
Like I said, man, this sharpens me because I guess I got a lot on my dome, but
Yeah.
I just need, I guess, an avenue to get it out.
Right.
That's all.
Mm-hmm. And in the process of this, people listening like, whoa, I didn't know about that when you covered that area.
Yeah, and only
66 books is more than that? Wait a minute.
Exactly. Yeah, they left. You mean to tell me they left the Apocrypha out, the Bible?
Right.
There's other books.
Mm-hmm.
So by me sharing what I know with those that don't know, then I give you the opportunity, to go research it on your own. Don't just take what I'm saying on face value. Be like, man, I heard this from somebody. Now let me go research and see, like, if he's saying it's true. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can know for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Well, then you can come back and be like, well, yeah, I heard, King Righteous and Rick say that such and such. But then I heard these scholars say the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this sociologist and this person.
Mm-hmm.
So it got to be some truth to that.
And this is another thing. Okay, now you said they did research and they did these. You gotta research the researchers.
Right.
What do they have to gain? Who are they backed by? I mean, you gotta. That's what you gotta do too. You gotta research them. I mean, I know you want to be on the offense, but like, well, you're saying this. No, research these people that you're listening to see if they're really credible in what they're trying to dictate and tell you.
And of course, if we support something and believe in something wholeheartedly, yeah, we're gonna back it. We're gonna be like, yeah, this is, whatever I heard about it is 100% correct. You know what I'm saying? But not knowing how this came into being. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. William said, "Stop believing the white lie."
Exactly. That's the problem with us as people. We believe that the white man ice is colder than the black man ice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, see, I think what it is, once you start touching on areas where people don't believe for so long on certain issues, it's like they can't wrap their mind around that.
I'm going through that with my girl. They can't come outside that box.
Right.
They're comfortable with that. I mean, this is what it is. This is where I've always seen it. This is where it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I get irritated, I get frustrated, but then again, I got to check myself.
Right.
So you can't, because you was once there. Could nobody tell you nothing about Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Until I came up out of that stage, that comatose.
Right.
I was sleepwalking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I was so indoctrinated.
Yeah, William said brainwash.
Yeah, so exactly. So brainwashed to the fact that I'm like, man, this is what it is. This is all good. There ain't no other way.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know what I'm saying? So.
Man. Lisa Smith, she got some emojis laughing and crying.
Right.
Yeah, it got deep. And everybody that catch this replay, it went all the way through. And, Righteous said his point, Milton said his point on what he felt he needed to say, and various other people weighed in on it in between. So, I mean, there's various ways you can take it and research for yourself. That's all we trying to incite. Research. Don't take the word you may have been heard from someone all these years, and they don't put some. You done heard some new information here.
You're right, and the only reason, I want to add on to that too, because the only reason I really touched on Jesus, because that's the main emphasis of the Europeans to enslave the Africans. They took away our God, our ancestral gods,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and gave us Jesus, and they used that through the Bible. They're missionaries. That's why I brought up Jesus.
And steadily do that
And they
with missionaries
do it
now.
Right, that was my point. See what I'm saying? Because I know they use this Bible to indoctrinate us. So we believe that this is the Word of God. How is it the Word of God and somebody wrote it? Somebody else translated it.
Right.
God didn't say this. Somebody else said it. And authorized and revised and
so
translated.
that's like saying, okay, what came out this man is more greater than you.
Exactly.
So that means you're lowering yourself to someone else. That's a human.
Right.
Like you. Okay, William said it's hard to tell your parents and others to come out of the matrix.
Right. Now I gotta give them the other pill. They gotta get them off that blue pill and give them the red pill. Right. That's what it is. Shit. These niggas are stuck in this matrix, man. Man, it's crazy. But you know, like I said, research, y'all. Research people, show yourselves approved. You know, but you know, because we got a duty to share what we know with those that don't know. Reek on his job. You know what I'm saying? I be on my job. I hit the concrete. I hit the streets. You know, be downtown. You know, brothers be down there. You know, I reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? I buy them a slice. You know, give them a couple dollars. Or what? You know, that's just me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
that's what you do.
Brother asked me for something to eat. I'm gonna feed him.
Right.
Especially because I know my reward is from my Lord. You know what I'm saying? Man, I done made it to 50 years old, and I ain't starving. I eat every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see, I mean, I guess my reward was from my girl taking me to Red Lobster. I made her spend $5 on a brother last night. God was like, I'm gonna bless you with the sisters and take you to spend $50 on you.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. My reward is from my Lord. I don't expect that back from the brother.
But see, right now, you constantly feeding them right now.
Oh, most definitely. So I'm just saying, you know, it's just like, I'm just using that as an example.
True.
If I feed them, bro, like, I'm hungry, man, and I'm like, come on, man. Take them to the pit, get you something to eat, something to drink. Man, that's out of the kindness of my who I am as an individual.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. And I would share some words of wisdom. Just like you said, just like I'm doing now. This is what, you know, the Most High bestowed upon me. Allowed me to be able to put certain things on my mind so I can share them with other people.
Right.
And so I can make them think or become more aware of their ways and actions. You know what I'm saying? What they're doing, how they're living. You know what I'm saying? Some people may be shackled mentally, spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Morally, you know, that they can't move because they just stuck in a certain state of mind. So, and someone comes along and shares some light on whatever it is they're thinking and free them mentally, spiritually, morally. Then they start to move, take the shackles off their hands and their feet.
Right.
You feel me? Take the crown of thorns off their heads, so they can open up their mind.
Right.
You feel me? They don't just feel so much pain or you know, they don't just feel subjugated to just thinking a certain way. Because somebody don't to remove that crown of thorns that was poking at their brain. You feel me? And free their minds. That's the battle we in.
Yeah, Anthony said, real spill, King Righteous, salute.
Yes, sir.
He said exactly.
The battle is for the hearts and the minds of our people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been, you know, enslaved to false ideas and concepts. That's where I'm coming from.
And then Extended Cliff said, we eat from the buffet of truth.
Right.
We all prosper.
That's right. Ain't no question. It's like going to a smorgasbord. You all eat as much as you want, man.
Right. You don't have to eat everything that's set out there. You go, I'll take that. I won't take this.
But you can get what you want.
Right.
You know? Right.
Now, like, okay, they serve this. I don't want none of this that they serving because they serve this one thing, so I don't want any of it. No, it ain't like that.
You're right. You only got one choice.
Right.
That's a big old hog. So you either gonna eat or you ain't gonna eat.
Right.
Right. So some people be so hungry, they're like, shit, I'm gonna eat. And so naturally you're gonna come up from that table and be like, man, that hog was good. But you ain't ate in 2-3 months.
Right.
That's the best hog I ever ate. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
But someone that just got released out of penitentiary and they got a big monster waiting for them.
Right.
They got nothing else lined up. That was the best
that's the best woman I
ever had.
Man.
No.
So yeah, but you know, I just hope we rise above, you know, this level of thinking that we at, you know. as a people. But
What's so crazy? You spoke on it before it actually transpired. You know what I mean, this is kind of amazing in these live streams. Like, you know, this doesn't happen. This happens. These are the reasons why. And then it kind of came
full
forth.
circle. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It manifests itself.
Like I said, if you still there, Milton, you can comment. I mean, ain't no ill feelings or anything like that.
Ain't no love
like that.
lost, bro. It's
Nah.
just, you know, we all go through certain stages of developments in our lives. You know what I'm saying? And we think and we believe certain things, you know?
Right.
You know, but belief is just that. We believe, you know, but knowledge is knowing. You know? We can believe anything. But knowledge is knowing. You know what I'm saying? So,
like, just like, you know, your mind said you can believe you can't do it until you can.
Until you figure out that you can't. Right. And then you know, like, I can do this.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't just believe it. I know it.
So come on, y'all. If you ain't got nothing else to say, we'll sign out. We've been on 95 minutes.
Right.
It's been an eventful live stream.
Yeah, it's been nice.
War and peace.
Right.
You know?
We've definitely been at war and, you know, trying to establish peace.
Right.
You know?
That's why I
That's
like.
just war of the minds.
True.
That's really where we was at, you know.
Right.
War with the mind. You know? Ain't no physical, you know what I'm saying?
No physical.
Animosity.
Ain't nothing like
war
that.
with minds, thinking, ideology.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Because it's like, oh, my study led me here. No, my study led me there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That was a battle for the mind. You know what I'm saying? The concepts of what we, you know, how we see this. This book. I see it just what it is. It's a book.
All right.
Okay? You know, for real. It's just a book. Ain't no God's inspired word, none of that. You know? That's what none of them books. I use all books for reference.
Right.
Whether it's the Bible, the Quran, and what other books I come across. They're just books. Okay? Their story, their history, and whatnot, and their belief in this higher power or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
I just look at the higher power is the one waking you up every day.
Man, that's self. That's the higher self. I'm telling you. Right. And we got, you know, take heed to that. We got to look more at self instead of outside of ourselves and realize how powerful we are.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? As men. First of all, you know, we got power, man. We just got to manifest it. We like them X-Men. You know how, like, remember X-Men?
Yep.
That's who we are. We're really like them. It's like we have power that we don't even know nothing about. You know, they had to go to school to discover, to learn how to even use their talent.
Yeah.
They discovered their talents, and then what? I'm talking about like the first X-Men.
I know what you're talking about.
And then they learned how to exercise and use it in certain, you know, situation. That's how we got that same type of power, man. That's how unique we are. But we have been distracted by all this other stuff. We don't even know how to tap into our own power.
But see, you done gave a perfect parable, and I think people should pay attention to that. Matter of fact, you know, if you got a Fire Stick, if you got some of them old DVDs laying around, pick that up and take it from that aspect. Like, okay, this is us as a people.
Right.
And basically we're learning how to, you know, tap into our powers that we have
within self. It didn't come from out. You look at all them X-Men, they had unique talents and powers of their own gifts, whether it was Storm or, you know, Magneto or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They had their own unique gift, and we all got that unique gifts within ourselves. It's got to be discovered. Then we can manifest it. We got to know how to use it in the right settings, in the right time.
Right.
You know?
Well, I guess since everybody just been kind of quiet now, they've been hearing the back and forth.
They probably went to sleep. Like,
I don't think nobody went to sleep, but I'll wrap this one up. It's been War and Peace, and people that came in on it late, when it reposts, you get to hear it all the way from the beginning, and then, you know, you could weigh in with your comments, you know, on that, and, you know, that can lead to another particular video we could come up with or whatever. Extended Clip said, appreciate the game. Well, I'm glad that you took the time to listen, you know.
That's right.
But we about to cut out. You know, who knows when we'll be back with something else, but it's definitely gonna be something that puts something on your mind.
Yes, sir.
We out.
Peace.